Hi, I'm Tamara Jackson Zims, University of Nebraska Extension, and this is an infield observation. This week I want to remind you that there are several diseases beginning to show up across Nebraska, and make sure that you are aware of them. One of them in particular is Bacterial Leaf Streak. And this is not a new disease for us, and it's actually quite widespread in the state, including right now from eastern to western Nebraska. And it is bacterial, so our fungicides are not effective against this, so it's important that you can tell it apart from other common fungal diseases that you might use a fungicide control, such as gray leaf spot. And bacterial leaf streak on some hybrids can look like gray leaf spot, so let's go over some of the differences between them. So bacterial leaf streak, just like gray leaf spot, can make short to long, narrow lesions between the leaf veins. But, as is typical with many or most bacterial diseases, the lesions, if you look very closely, you'll notice the lesions themselves are wavy along the edges. They're not the perfect rectangles that you usually see with gray leaf spot. And so look very closely at those lesions to try to tell them apart. And for bacterial leaf streak, they can be tan to gray to brown. But often they have a yellow discoloration, and that's especially true if you hold those leaves up to the sunlight and backlight them. Look for bright yellow discoloration. That's because of a pigment inside those bacteria that make all those lesions look very yellow. And so that's one thing to look for. The second thing to remember is that it would be uncommon for gray leaf spot to develop this early in the year, but it is very common for bacterial leaf streak to show up early, often after we've had frequent rainfall or irrigation, which has been common in much of Nebraska this year, and that's what is accelerating disease. If you need help identifying this or other diseases, please reach out to us or submit a sample to the UNL Plant and Pest Diagnostic Clinic, or reach out to us in Nebraska Extension. And thank you for following In-Field Observations.